The declaration of war had been crafted with all the ceremonial gravity that 4,000 years of galactic civilization could muster. Council Speaker Morgantha stood before the assembled representatives of 47 star systems, her 6 eyes reflecting the weight of the moment as she prepared to deliver what would surely be remembered as the most significant pronouncement in galactic history. By unanimous vote of the Galactic Council, she announced, her voice carrying the authority of eons, the United Earth Coalition is hereby declared a hostile entity. A state of active warfare now exists between the galactic community and all human territories. The chamber erupted in what could generously be called enthusiastic approval, though closer inspection revealed expressions ranging from desperate hope to barely controlled panic. Ambassador Zethkri's bioluminescent patches cycled through patterns that roughly translated to finally doing something mixed with, "We're all going to die." The combined fleets of all member civilizations, Morgantha continued, will coordinate a comprehensive response to the human threat. Admiral K. Roth will command the unified forces. Admiral K. Roth stood and accepted the honor with the grim determination of someone who had spent the past year watching human capabilities exceed every known parameter of possibility. Speaker, the combined fleet numbers over 4,000 vessels. Surely this time. Yes, Morgantha interrupted quickly, before anyone could complete that thought. The formal declaration was transmitted across all standard galactic communication networks with appropriate ceremony. Military forces began mobilizing. Emergency protocols activated on dozens of worlds. The greatest coalition in galactic history prepared for the war that would determine the future of civilization itself. The human response arrived 7 hours later. It was an automated message from what appeared to be a mid-level administrative AI, and it was addressed to the Galactic Council Filing Department. Acknowledgement of communication received, the message read. Your declaration of hostilities has been logged in our diplomatic database under historical curiosities. Current human priority level, negligible. No action required at this time. If you require immediate assistance with infrastructure optimization, please contact the appropriate municipal AI system. Have a pleasant day. The message was followed by a helpful attachment containing what appeared to be a customer satisfaction survey. They filed our declaration of war as a historical curiosity, whispered Professor Exith, in staring at the message with the expression of someone whose fundamental understanding of reality had just collapsed. Negligible priority, added Dr. Yithgol numbly. Admiral K. Roth looked at the fleet mobilization reports scrolling across his displays, then at the human response treating galactic warfare as customer service feedback. They offered us a satisfaction survey. Before anyone could process this further, Intelligence Chief Exaftos activated his emergency protocols. Speaker, we have reports from across the galaxy. Human activities appear to be continuing normally. Define normally, Morgantha said, though she suspected she didn't want to know. Construction projects proceeding on schedule. Trade optimization running at standard efficiency. New orbital installations coming online in 14 systems. They've also apparently fixed a recurring communication lag issue in the Centauri sector that we've been debating how to address for 30 years. But we declared war on them, Ambassador Velta said desperately. Yes, Xaftos confirmed. According to our monitoring stations, they allocated approximately 4 minutes to processing our declaration before returning to their regularly scheduled optimization projects. The chamber fell into the kind of silence typically reserved for funerals or the heat death of the universe. Sir, came a hesitant voice from Admiral K. Roth's communication console. We're receiving reports from the fleet commanders. They're requesting instructions. What kind of instructions? Koth asked wearily. Well, sir, they're asking what we're supposed to attack. Earth, the Sol system, human installations. Obviously, sir, that's the problem. Our tactical analysis can't identify any strategic targets. Human infrastructure appears to be distributed across, well, everywhere. And their defensive capabilities are. The voice trailed off.
What?
Unknown, sir. Every time we try to analyze their defenses, our computers suggest we file a service request instead. As if summoned by their collective despair, the chamber's communication systems activated with an incoming transmission. Instead of Admiral Chen, the display showed a human male in casual clothing, sitting in what appeared to be a garden with Earth visible in the background. "Hello," the human said cheerfully. "I'm Dr. Marcus Webb, Director of External Relations. We noticed you've declared war on us. Congratulations. That's quite an achievement. Dr. Webb, Morgantha managed. The Galactic Council has mobilized the largest military force in history." "Yes, we saw that," Webb interrupted pleasantly. "Very impressive coordination. We've actually been analyzing your logistics networks, and we have some suggestions for improving fleet efficiency if you're interested. We're at war with you." Admiral K. Roth exploded. "Are you?" Webb asked with genuine curiosity. "That's fascinating. What does that involve exactly?" The question hung in the air like a philosophical riddle. What did war with humanity involve, when humanity had transcended every traditional concept of conflict? "Military action," K. Roth said weakly. "Combat. Conquest." Oh, Webb nodded understandingly. "Well, if you'd like to attempt military action, you're certainly welcome to try. Just be aware that our standard response protocols will relocate any hostile vessels to safe distances. We've learned that preventing casualties is much more efficient than dealing with the paperwork afterward." "What if we refuse relocation?" Ambassador Zeth-Kree asked desperately. "Then you'll be relocated anyway, but we'll include a complimentary explanation of the physics involved," Webb replied. "We find that education helps reduce repeat incidents." Dr. Yeath Goal leaned forward with the desperation of someone grasping for any remaining shred of relevance. "What if we target your economic systems?" "Which ones?" Webb asked. "We have several hundred different economic models running simultaneously across local space. Most of them operate on post-scarcity principles, so traditional economic warfare isn't really applicable." "Your communication networks?" suggested Professor Exithin. "Those operate on quantum entanglement principles. They're not really targetable in any meaningful way." "Your population centers?" Admiral K. Roth tried. "We don't really have those anymore. Humans live wherever they want: planets, space stations, asteroid colonies, mobile cities. There's no central infrastructure to disrupt." The silence that followed was profound. "So," Webb said helpfully, "is there anything specific you were hoping to accomplish with this war? Because if you're just looking for better resource allocation or improved governance structures, we have some excellent administrative AIs that could help with that. We want you to stop optimizing our civilization." Ambassador Veltar finally exploded. "Oh," Webb said, looking genuinely surprised. "Why didn't you just ask? We can certainly reduce optimization activities in any systems where local populations prefer traditional inefficiency. Would you like us to prepare a preference survey?" "A preference survey?" Morgantha repeated. "Absolutely. We'll ask each civilization whether they'd prefer continued optimization or a return to previous systems. Democratic choice is much more efficient than warfare for determining preferences." The transmission ended, leaving the assembled representatives to contemplate the most devastating realization in galactic history. They had just declared war on a civilization that planned to respond with a customer satisfaction survey. "So," Professor Exithin said quietly, "we're at war with beings who want to poll us about our service preferences." And they're still offering to help improve our fleet logistics, added Admiral K, wrath numbly. Council Speaker Morgantha stared at the empty transmission platform, then at the reports showing human construction projects continuing uninterrupted across the galaxy, while 4,000 warships waited for someone to tell them what exactly they were supposed to attack. Motion to postpone the war pending survey results, she suggested weakly. The vote was unanimous.